Boom, and we are live with another episode of the Brownwater Banter podcast. I am Jared Seymour.
My name is Joey Cates.
And boy, do we have a great episode for you today. We have the guys from Craft Advisory Brewing right over here in Ocean Springs. They're going to be chatting with us about all things Craft Advisory.
I'm excited, man.
It's going to be a killer episode. Like we always do, we're going to jump right into the episode. But before we do that, we're going to thank the sponsors, man. Southern Magnolia Smiles. I hope you're getting familiar with the name because I know we are. That's Dr. Robbie Williams and his friendly staff right there in that picture. They're all over the socials, Instagram, Facebook. Just look them up at Southern Magnolia Smiles. And if you're looking for a great local dentist, they're located on Washington Avenue right over here in Ocean Springs, man. Go check them out. You're not going to be disappointed. Or go look them up on their website, southernmagnoliasmiles.com, or give them a call on the landline at 228-215-1202, man. Tell them that we sent you, and you get that free toothbrush that we've all been talking about.
It's a good toothbrush, too. It's not just your regular run-of-the-mill toothbrush.
No, it's a killer toothbrush. So go check that out. And our other sponsor here is Hilltree Marketing. If you are a small business or someone who does anything that would require a website, we can't recommend them enough. HilltreeMarketing.com. Go check them out. This is Jesse Hill and his team that he has put together. They do IT work. They do photography, cinematography, aerial cinematography, and website design. So small business, maybe you're making crafts out of your house and you want to sell them online. Jesse can help you do it. Go check him out at HilltreeMarketing.com. Look at all the websites that he's already done. A lot of familiar brands from the coast. And if you want to see our website, brownwaterbanter.com, he also did that as well. And we are super happy, super pumped. We really appreciated it. And he's very easy to work with, man. Can't say enough good things about Jesse. So, so let's get into it, man. Let's start talking all things Craft Advisory. We have Martin and Corey here who are going to tell us about their business. First thing we always like to get into, guys, is like the backstory. Before we get into all the cool beers and stuff, how did you guys start this business and why?
I think you should take that one.
Yeah. So it started just like normal breweries. You know, we started as home brewers. You know, my wife bought me a book and a kit, you know, and it started on doing 1 gallon batches on the stove. Mm-hmm. It went from 1 gallon batches to 5 gallon out in propane and switching up to 5 gallon electric. And, you know, you start doing competitions. We started doing People's Choice Awards, and, you know, we were getting a lot of good reviews. People telling us, hey, if you put this out in stores or if you sold this,
people will buy it.
Yeah, we'll buy it. And I'm like, so really? Okay. So we put the business plan together, and that was about 3 years ago. We put the plan together. I met Corey through Chandelier Brewing. We had a good mutual buddy of ours, and he was actually the guy that I started doing my first batch with.
We should hear that story.
And we'll get to that. It was a train wreck, but it worked out awesome.
Yeah.
But was it?
But yeah, it wasn't. So as we got through, you know, Corey and I, we talked, and I said, hey man, if I put together a brewery, can you run it? And
absolutely,
man, we were originally going to Bay St. Louis, you know, but when the government shut down, it was hard for us to get the TTB licensing. So we had a lease, so we couldn't brew beer, so we just kind of backed out of the lease. And then about a year later, we were super fortunate to find a building out there in Ocean Springs off Government Street.
Yeah, killer location too.
I love it.
We love it.
So it sounds like every other man hobby. It starts out as a hobby, and then you just take it to 11 right out the gate.
And then it got way out of hand.
Yeah. And my wife should have known better. I mean, I blame her for it.
It's real. Technically, it's her fault. She knew better.
I mean,
she knew better.
I forgive her, but
right.
Well, it's like fishing. I like to eat fish. You know, like. I like to drink beer, so might as well make my own.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Exactly. That's awesome.
Yeah, then you make what you want.
So did y'all have a business background prior to this? I mean, did you run businesses before? That seems like a big leap to go from I'm brewing stuff in my house for fun to now let's get a lease and get a license and go to town.
Exactly. Yeah. So no formal business background. My background's chemical engineering. I've been a process guy in chemical plants my whole life.
Okay.
So moving into the chemistry of beer, it was a super awesome match.
Yeah.
You know, so as we started playing with all the different recipes and the equipment, it was like, all right, cool, you know, and we fumbled through it in the first year, you know, through business. But we have an awesome team. I mean, with Corey, I couldn't ask for a better guy running the front of the house.
I agree.
So it's just a lot of trial and error, as it is with any kind of first startup business.
Exactly.
And the cool thing starting out with that was the way he feels about the chemical composition of the beers. He knows so much about it. He knows everything about the water that he's using. And so when he says we kind of fumble through it, I think his fumbling and other people's fumbling are two different things.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously we what we struggled with the most was what's going to sell the most. Oh my God, we ran out of this. You know what I'm saying? How could we do that? But you never know how it's going to sell. And it's been so fantastic, especially with what he's making. We'll be having one of the ones that we have trouble keeping in the doors, and that's the Hoppy McCott Face.
Sweet.
That's our New England style IPA, and it seems to get better with every batch, and people see that, and so
that was that was a question I was going to lead into is like when you brew these beers, do they get better with time? I mean, you perfect your recipe, do all that stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes they do, and we have an all electric system that we built. A buddy of mine helped me build the automation, so we can do it reproducible as much as we can. So every time you come in, we're trying to make the same beer that you had last time.
Yeah.
And I mean, we do a lot of reading. What's really cool about the craft beer industry in Mississippi too is everybody's so cool to one another. We can go down the street. Chandelier Brewing's been awesome to us. Fly Llama's been awesome to us. You can call them up at any time and say, hey, I need this, and they'll bend over backwards to help you.
Dave over at Fly Llama, he was the brewmaster when I first started at Chandelier, and that was my first ever introduction to craft beer. I mean, it was starting to come around, but and I'll be the first to say it was like, ugh, that's nasty, because the first craft beer you always have is usually an IPA,
right?
Yeah, and so I went from a Miller Lite to an IPA and was like,
that's a big jump.
That's a big jump.
That's a big jump.
A little different.
So working with Dave over at Chandelier, I really learned a lot, and he forced us to keep trying new things, and he would get off flavor kits, and he would get all these things to help us try and explain what we tasted when we tasted it. You know what I mean? Like, what do you taste? I'm like, beer.
Yeah. Suds.
Like there's is that orange? And that was it.
Right.
But then after a couple of years, it was like, I get a little bit of leather. I get like some umami, something different.
So
those words I didn't even know.
You had to train your palate.
It was difficult, and Dave, that's one thing. He's a hell of a brewmaster, man, and his credentials back him up. And so learning from him was fun.
When you mentioned Chandelier right out the gate, that was the first thing popped in my head. Is I wondered if there was a camaraderie amongst all you craft brewers around the coast, and not just strictly competition and screw the other guy kind of a thing.
I will help anybody. We've helped actually a couple people, Jason, to get his licensing. There's another one, Old Bay Brewing. They're going to be coming up out of either Biloxi or Ocean Springs. Yeah, they make great beer, so we've been helping them with everything we can, getting all the paperwork.
Yeah.
Mark Henderson over at Lazy Mag, he said it perfectly. He said, look, man, we're not competition. He goes, out of every 1,000 beers sold in Mississippi, only 4 are made here locally.
Right.
We're light years away from competition.
He said, we're not fighting for those 4. He said, we're trying to get 5 or 6. And he did the same thing. You guys need anything? I'll do.
They've been fantastic. We bought all of our half barrels from them in the beginning. People come to the bar, and I've got a big keg behind the bar, and they're like, so y'all sell that much Lazy Mac? Like, no. Those are, we bought those.
Just been lazy at putting.
We just don't rebrand them yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, well,
we will one day.
You build an audience, right? Like we're trying to do here on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing with the craft beer, right? If you get enough people talking about, damn, you go to the Mississippi Gulf Coast, man, they got this brewery, you got to try the beers, right? And I think that's the right attitude to have moving forward.
Oh,
for
100%.
Sure.
Yeah. It's nice to hear new ones coming up. The laws have gotten better. So because the laws are starting to get better now, it's slow, but it's getting there.
Yeah.
It makes more sense to even look into opening a brewery now.
Can we touch on that a little bit? We were talking about it a little before we went live about that. So the laws are, explain that to us as to the best of your abilities, right? There's a difference between brewing beer and distributing. There's a difference between brewing beer and selling it in your place of business, because that wasn't even allowed, I believe, right out of the gate, correct?
You got it. Yeah.
Right.
That's when Chandelier opened. You had to do a tour, and then you got the flight of tasters at the end.
Yeah, 6-ounce samples.
And no more,
312s,
right?
No. Well, yes, you could do it again, but you had to take the tour again.
Oh, God.
You literally had to take the tour.
From the first time in the doors to the 112th time in the doors.
I would have made like a little tiny circle, and I'm like, that's the
Yeah,
tour.
I'd
Run it again. Done. Have some
At
more
one
beer.
point, I got to where I could do it through the windows, because it's all windows there.
Yeah.
And I kind of sounded like the Micro Machine guy a little bit. I was doing
Yeah.
And that's beer.
I've done the tour 56 times a day.
Yeah.
I had to walk a lot to get drunk.
Everybody, just get in line. We're going to do bulk tours.
Yeah.
Bulk.
So that's not the case now.
Yeah, so they have the brew pubs, which 100% of what you make has to be sold on site.
Mm-hmm.
So like we're a brew pub. You won't find us in the supermarkets yet. You won't find us in other bars yet. And then you have the big guys like Chandelier, Fly Llama, Lazy Mag. They're 100% distribution. Now they're allowed to sell 10% in-house,
Okay.
but 90% has to go out the door.
10%,
Really?
90% volume,
No,
gross
10% of what
revenue,
they distribute annually.
Volume, yeah.
volume. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And just recently they passed a new one called a microbrewery. And what that allows you to do is 80% is sold in-house, and then you're allowed to sell 20% out in stores.
Yeah.
So we've already talked to
That seems like that would be the ticket.
it's exactly it.
Super
yeah.
Do you
exciting.
think Fly Llama and them's going to go to do the re-licensing on there?
No,
You think
I
they're-
don't think they would. I mean, they're going to be all over the place, and that's their goal. And maybe one day we will be too. But
yeah.
baby steps.
So it's just it's a matter of your business model and your goals. Am I getting that right? Whether or not
Exactly.
you want to sell only in-house, only local, or you want to be
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're saying like Fly Llama wants to be they want to be
Out
everywhere.
there.
They want to be in every
world
state.
domination. I mean, why would
Yeah, take it over.
Okay.
Yeah, they're killing it. They're putting beers everywhere. You know, for their volume to do only 20% outside of the brew house, they'd have to sell 80%. They're set up to sell it out the door.
Right.
Gotcha.
They got a hell of a location too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That place is
They're
huge.
always
It
in
doesn't look like
they're
it, but
always
it's
downtown in
huge.
Biloxi too.
Yeah.
Is there any logic behind those laws? I mean,
Mm.
you know what I mean? Why can't you just brew and sell?
Yeah.
It
I think it's the answer is it's probably political.
Oh, I'm sure
Yeah.
it is.
I
I,
mean,
mean,
I'm sure
I
it
think a
is.
lot of those
Money.
stem from prohibition laws too.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? I think we just lost our last dry county in beginning of this year.
But what
what
was
they
it
did.
Stone or something like
Yeah.
that?
I
What
think it was Pearl River. My dad lives
Was
there.
it?
That's
Yeah.
why.
So there's
Yeah.
no longer any dry counties in
Right,
Mississippi?
right.
So you can go to Okatoma and drink?
Well, what it is,
Right? That's
Yeah.
how I'm looking at it.
what they did with it is instead of you starting off as a dry, having to become wet, they made all counties wet, and now you have to pass laws to become dry.
Jesus Christ.
So,
Mm.
but yeah, I mean, to your point,
sneaky laws.
Why?
Yeah, exactly. Why? I mean,
Why?
just from what little we've done, we know. We're glad you guys are here, by the way, and doing some beer stuff again. We got deep in the fishing, which is another, our bread and butter, but bourbon as well. And talking to people and researching stuff myself online, it's like, people that may not realize, like all beer and liquor that's sold in the state is bought from the state.
Mhm.
You can't buy direct from the distributors or distilleries or anything like that.
Three-tier
It's
system.
It's a very weird system that seems like it's not very free.
A
market.
monopoly.
It's not very free market. You know
It's
what I mean?
not.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's my
Yeah.
little high horse.
There are some benefits to it, in my opinion. There are some benefits to it. They promote, they push, because if they buy, they want to sell.
Yeah.
In
The
that
state, you
scenario,
mean?
yeah, or the distributors,
Okay.
things like that. Obviously, you'd love to do it yourself, but
Right.
Yeah.
you got these guys who've been around for 100 years that are pushing your beer for you, hopefully to the best of their ability. And
Gotcha.
so, I mean, in theory, it sounds like it can. I guess it's a double-edged sword if you want to get to it.
Yeah.
So y'all were going to be in Bay St. Louis. You said that.
Mhm.
What was the issue there that stopped it? Was it COVID? Was it that, or I got my time frame right?
No, this was gosh, what 2.5 years ago?
Mhm.
It was when the government shut down for an extended period of time.
budget thing.
Yeah.
Okay. When you
Yeah.
said that, I thought COVID. I was like, I thought you
No.
were there before
Yeah,
COVID.
shut down.
Yeah.
Only really now all you think of is that year.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
kind of like Katrina.
You're
You
right.
used to
Yeah.
before Katrina, after Katrina.
Right,
Now it's
yeah.
before COVID, after COVID.
Okay. Well, that's cool, man. I'm glad y'all ended up in Ocean Springs.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
are too.
super happy.
You know,
Yeah.
not that there's anything wrong with the Bay. 'Cause
No,
the Bay
there's not.
is badass, and they got a lot of cool shit going
There's
on
not.
over
I
there.
think
So
just
And it's blowing up. I mean, the Bay is just it gets cooler every day.
yeah,
Right.
sure does.
definitely. I just think that Ocean Springs with Government Street.
Y'all
Where
get
else would you wanna be?
a ton of
I
foot
know.
traction in there
Yeah. Oh,
all
yeah.
day long. And then golf carts help.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure. So Kyle and them down there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Slinging golf
they move
carts.
some golf carts. over
Yeah,
there.
they do.
They do. So let's talk then. You open up the business, you take that big plunge. I'm sure that was nerve wracking to say
Sure,
the
of
least,
course,
right?
yeah.
I mean, you put yourself out there when you do something like
Yeah.
that. So, what did you have a game plan? I love that Mike Tyson quote. Everybody's got a game plan until you get punched in the
Punch in the
face.
face.
Right. Then
Yeah.
everything
Did y'all get
changes
kind of
just a little
punched in the face and you're like, hold on, we got to do this different or do that
So-
different? I know you probably watching what's selling, what's not, right?
Well, yeah, we got a big punch in the face because we bought the building back last January. So this was all pre-COVID.
Yeah.
So we
There
started.
it is.
We started.
Pow, bang, boom, pow.
Yeah.
As soon as you get your feet wet.
Oh man, it was yeah. And Government Street, is always just packed at night.
Yeah.
Packed. You could walk out on Government Street and it was like a ghost town.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
just crickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got the brewery and we've got a really awesome restaurant in there too. And a lot of people don't know that we've got shrimp and grits.
Yeah, we ate there.
Yes.
What did you eat there
Yeah.
for?
It was a thing going on
Some kind of
downtown. I don't
festival
remember
or
what it
something
was.
like that.
We ate over
We
there.
slipped in and ate. It was
Yeah,
great. We had a
it
good
was good
time.
stuff, yeah.
And I don't mean to make any accusations, but we may have one of the best burgers on the coast.
Hey,
Just
I say go
There it
for it.
is.
Put
I'm
it out
just
there.
saying,
Put it out
Hey,
there.
why cook it if it's not the best,
Draw
right?
the line.
there's
Yeah.
a burger, and then there's Craft Advisory.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bro. There you go.
There it
There you
is.
go.
It's I'm just gonna say it.
I'm gonna be looking on your socials, and if there's not a picture of it, I'm gonna.
Oh,
They're on
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Sandra was taking pictures of them the other day, and I had gotten one for myself, and she's like, "Oh, let me take some pictures." So like 10 minutes in, I'm like, are we done? Because I'm
gonna
starving.
eat it.
You know what I'm saying?
I've
Like,
gotta eat one,
I'm
yeah.
staring at it. I've eaten every French fry. I just want the burger.
Yeah.
So what is it? What is the taste palette of Gulf Coast Mississippi? What kind of beers are moving? What do you like thought might work?
Surprising.
Not as much. I mean, what's the
Yeah,
deal?
Everything moves a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, really, the big ones are your light lagers, ones that are
Okay.
real clean,
Okay.
crushable. We get a lot of guys that come in. We can to go, so you can buy cans. Lots of guys take them out on the boats. They come back in. They're like, "Man, we crushed those. We had your pineapple habanero IPA.
Sweet.
We took our
I
light
didn't know you
lagers.
can to go. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we do a lot of canning.
Okay.
Yeah, we do 16-ounce cans.
Y'all
Speaking
put
of-
sweet.
Yeah. Speaking of.
Y'all put sweet logos and stuff on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really.
look at that.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can get them to go, and
Here, we'll go ahead.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and pop one.
Let's do it.
How are we feeling? Are we feeling sour? You
I'm-
wanna start-
See,
Ah.
I was going to say that. So my experience with craft beers and stuff like that, right? I think you said it right. Most people get an IPA right out the gate,
Oh yeah.
And I didn't like it.
I don't
I'm
like
not a big
IPAs
fan.
too much. Too much.
Yes.
I'm willing to try. We're going to try it. But
Well,
sour beers was an extremely surprising thing for me. I love them, man. They're awesome.
Yeah.
I think they're
yeah.
great.
That's the thing. It's been one of the hardest things too, is letting people know, hey, we have all this stuff. Try it. Give it a taste.
Right.
Because
And-
I mean, some people they're going to be stuck. What y'all got anything that tastes like Bud Light?
It's like
I
this-
You
get
know what I'm
that.
saying?
we
I
get
don't know,
those.
40, 60 times a day.
Yeah,
But
I got
I
a Bud
do.
Light.
We have that light lager that Martin makes.
Yeah.
And so that is our gateway beer
Yeah.
into letting you know that you can have craft beer and it doesn't have to be
There you go.
the craziest thing out there.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
It doesn't have to be a triple IPA. It doesn't have to be the darkest stout you've ever had. There are things that you will like. I don't like every food, even though
Right.
maybe it looks like it.
Hey, I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah,
I feel you.
love to eat.
I don't like every food, but there are so many different things out there that you're going to find what you like, and that's what we have to offer.
Yeah.
We'll pour people a taste, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not trying to get it." No, and that's fine. That's what we do.
Yeah.
But I don't want you to be stuck with a pint of something like. "Ugh, I'm just not
Yeah,
trying
but
it."
I'm gonna say if you're gonna go to a place like y'all's, I mean, at least try it.
Yeah.
Step
No,
out, step out. I'm gonna order
Yeah.
something. I mean, like I'm probably not
100%.
gonna like that, but I'm gonna try it.
Right.
Right? Maybe you
Right.
do.
And I'm
How the
sure
hell
you
know?
have the tasters.
Yeah,
you have
flight-
all
yeah,
that
yeah.
flights.
Oh yeah,
So I mean, yeah, let's do this.
let's do it. So this is we're gonna start with our Margarita Sour.
Oh, this is gonna be good. I already know.
Yeah.
this
Oh,
gonna
it
be
is.
good.
Here, pass me a glass.
Yeah, and what's really cool is the way Corey, when he makes it over there, he rims the glass with salt.
Yes.
Oh,
puts
yes.
the lime in there.
Sweet. So show these tanks. I want to see these tanks. We got a picture of these tanks.
Okay. Hold on.
And like we were talking about before, me and Jared worked at the brew pub at
Right.
the Borough Vibes. And
OG, bro. OG.
that was like
OG.
the
OG.
first one.
So what I hear is a brown water Banter brew.
there you go.
I'm
Oh,
thinking
I'm
it
in.
would be
Let's do it,
irresponsible for us not to.
Absolutely.
I'm in. All right, so I'm a flat. Oh, we're gonna taste
Yeah,
first.
hey,
Let's taste
if
first.
you want
to,
Cheers.
yeah.
All right, let's taste
Cheers,
it.
boys.
Yes.
Cheers. There we go.
Boom.
All right. So
All right.
tell me again, Margarita Sour.
Margarita Sour.
Oh, dude,
See,
that's where it's at.
I'm
Yeah.
way
I love
better
it.
fan
No,
of
I love
sours than I am IPA.
Me too. That's what I'm saying. These are my favorite.
But they do have a sour
it.
IPA, right?
We-
Don't
we-
they?
We've
yeah.
done that. Yeah.
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 Oh,
So
now,
it's
now you're just getting out of hand.
yeah. Now my
Those
brain,
Those are bullshit.
Those are Martin's crazy.
No,
my
dude,
brain's
this is
going,
really good.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
really good.
my
And
wife would drink 1,000.
It's drinkable. This is 4.4%.
Yep.
It's light. You can crush a few of them. You can take
Yeah.
them out of the boat. You can do it on your zero turn, man.
So,
just turn it around, cutting the lawn.
Yeah.
so I think Jason told us when he was on here last time
Wow, that's
that
good.
the guys who are really into brewing beer, y'all like to brew them at a lower alcohol level because you like to enjoy
You
the
got it.
flavor of the beer.
Might
Right?
as well.
That-
I
that
don't want to
struck
put
me
you in the
as-
dirt on
That
first
struck
year.
me as odd, I mean, but that makes total sense now. I get
You
it.
can crush a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've seen some where it's like 10, 13%,
Oh, yeah.
and it tastes
Oh,
like
here we go.
yeah.
There it is.
You drink one of those, and it's like take the L off. You
That was
done.
really
Yeah.
good.
That
That's
is
a nice
delicious.
beer,
Yeah.
and that's the point.
I mean,
He's
that tastes
making-
like Horn Island on a Sunday.
There
Amen.
you go. There
Amen.
you go.
Well, and he's making these beers to where everybody can enjoy it. Because if you like a heavy IPA, you can drink a lighter IPA. You'll
Right.
still like it. If you don't like a heavy IPA, you're not going to drink it.
It's just
You know
like
what I
you
mean?
said, flavor. I mean, there's people out there who don't like steak or shrimp.
I don't-
blows my mind.
yeah.
But
Who-
they're out there.
I don't know who
my
those
wife
people
is
are.
They're
from
called
Ohio,
communists. They're called
and she
communists.
eats no seafood.
Ugh.
And it blows my mind.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's-
babe.
Unless you're like severely
Is
allergic
she
to
goldfish?
iodine or something.
yeah.
Yeah. And even then I'd be chancing. I'd be like, we'll just take some Benadryl and shoot some epi and I'm
Yeah.
Well, she'll taste it, and then I'll be like, she's like, that's actually pretty good. I'm like, you want some more? Nope.
Nope.
Hey, at least he tries it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm proud of her for trying it. But
Yeah.
All right,
me.
so
that was killer.
So what's the difference? Like, you won't have to go super in depth, but like
Sure.
between brewing a sour beer, what gives it that sour kick versus like an IPA?
Yeah, sours are really cool, and we have fun with them. So they have a technique now called kettle souring. So what you do is you go through brewing the beer, you go through the mash, you're pulling all the sugars out of the grain, you put it over the boil kettle, and you warm it up just to kind of pasteurize it. You kill everything in it, then you cool it down, and you throw Greek yogurt in it.
Really?
That's it?
Greek yogurt. We use probiotics.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's good for you too.
Yeah, right? Kind of.
It's a protein drink.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So,
Right.
and what that does is the lactobacillus produces lactic acid, which gives you that really funky tang.
Yeah.
What's cool though is lactobacillus is kind of hard to kill. All the different chemicals. So you do it in the kettle. Now we boil it after about 2 days. So you kill all the lactobacillus, but you get that cool funky tang. You go through your boil. You throw the hops in there, and then we cool it down. And we use yeast from all over the world. I'm a nerd about that stuff.
Mhm.
I trade little vials from guys in Norway. I've got a clean room set up. I propagate the yeast. We build it up, and this stuff we ferment at 95 degrees on all of our beers. Just about all of our beers.
It's crazy to hear you
So wait.
talk about this like a
Yeah.
gigantic science project.
Yeah, that's what
It's
it
pretty
is.
much
It
what
really
it
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, you have Erlenmeyer.
I'm going to get him a lab coat one day. He's going to wear it back there. Get
That's
him some
actually-
Doc Brown here.
So-
some Doc Brown here. You know?
So you ferment at 95 degrees, is that what you said?
Yeah.
So 360 days out of the year, you have to cool the room.
So
It's hotter
yeah.
than 95 degrees down here all the time.
Yeah, one day in October you get to
You
leave
get
it
one day in
with
Yeah.
October, and it's like you have to heat the room.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like normally people run glycol chillers for their fermenters. We run a heater to ours. So they're all jacketed fermenters. They, have 2 layers. We run 95 degree water through it all times.
Okay.
And
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say you're not using city water to do this.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right?
We use deep well water. So we use water from about 300 foot down. We actually bring it in.
That good stuff.
Oh,
Clean
it's
stuff.
awesome.
That good.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's good to drink just as water. And then we do a lot of, depending on what we're brewing, we'll add the different brewing salts, magnesium, calcium, chlorides to make the special beer. Because depending on how you add those different chemicals, you can make a stout, you can make an IPA, but it's a totally different recipe for water. So we play a lot with the water to make sure that we hit that mark
Yeah.
on the hops and the malt.
And one of the very few things I've learned from Martin is
Very
that
few. Very few. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
At least he
I
gave
love
me
it.
some credit. I'll
Yeah.
give him.
water can make a good beer a great beer,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and then vice versa.
Yes.
And so that's what I've learned from him is how much time he spends on the water and how well he knows this water to
Mhm.
where he knows what he's going for in each different beer. And it's not something that will hamstring us. The water won't be the problem, and it never will.
Yeah.
And that's pretty awesome.
I mean, that's your building block, right? Water.
Correct.
It's 90. What percent is it?
Yeah,
Water.
anywhere from 90 to 95.
Yeah.
Yeah. Better have that in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It better be good
to start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, kids that are listening out there, pay attention in chemistry class because it is actually useful and you can turn it into beer.
Right?
That-
Exactly.
One day you
information.
can play with beer
Yeah.
for a little.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So on these, I've seen it, I guess, how it develops. The sours are the big thing right
Yep.
now.
Oh,
Back
yeah.
in the day, it was the IPAs.
Oh, they are.
They're
They're bigger than the IPAs right now.
It's all about sours right now.
It's
Yeah.
about sours and IPAs. They're
what
big,
causes the boom? What causes, okay, now it's red.
Probably some
Now
celebrity.
it's
Different. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Yeah.
different. You're used to having certain types of beer, and even though there's a million different styles, but then something comes out, and I'm sure it's nothing new, but something comes out and it becomes mainstream,
Yeah.
and then everybody's like,
Everybody
"Well, I got to
jumps
try
on
this."
it,
I'm like,
yeah.
"I like sour candy. Let me try it." And I love sour beer too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's legit. That margarita is legit.
It's
Yeah.
pretty.
That
it's
was pretty
awesome.
good.
Yeah, and what's really cool is when we make our sour beers, if you were to go to Germany, it's a Berliner Weiss base. So they sour their beers, but then when you get it poured in the bars out there, they'll put either woodruff, which is like an herb, or they'll put in a raspberry syrup, and then they put the beer on top of it. So we got to talking and thought, well, hey, why don't we just do that here too? So we buy real purees, so 100% fruit, and
Real
we'll put
stuff.
raspberry, blackberry, strawberry, tangerine, you name it.
Keep
You
going.
can have, yeah.
You remember them all?
I don't.
I do- I
I don't
hardly do
pour.
either.
I'm a terrible bartender.
Oh my!
Yeah,
He's
So the fruit
not
goes
lying.
in with the beer.
you got it.
Yeah.
So you can do whatever kind you want.
Yeah.
If Corey makes a triple berry where it's strawberry, blackberry, raspberry.
blueberry. Yeah,
You
whatever
know-
we've got.
So it's kind of like a
do it.
bubble tea beer.
in a way, yeah.
Yeah.
You
But
can flavor it how you want.
it's customizable. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And with our pineapple habanero puree, when we make that, a lot of people will be like, I really want to try it, but I don't want a lot of spice. And I could do that. Or I want to feel this tomorrow.
Burn it
I'm
up.
like, you
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah,
Dude.
exactly.
You got
We
it.
got
Don't
Challenge.
get too far away
Yeah.
from the
Accept
toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get you a glass of
Yeah,
milk
just
afterwards.
Praying
Yeah.
for a splash up later.
Yeah. Yeah. So we mix all the, purees in the beers, like Corey said, he does a pineapple habanero. And what's cool is it lets these guys be super creative with it too.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've been a bartender for a long time. And so that's one thing I missed about coming into the craft beer area is the creativity of making drinks, and so this gives me a lot of that back. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that. And as simple as it is putting purees in, still I can make whatever, with our margarita that we just had, strawberry margarita, tangerine margarita, whatever, it doesn't matter.
This may be a dumb question. Can you sell liquor at your bar as well?
We can.
Okay. Oh wow.
I think that we will eventually.
We will eventually.
Oh, okay. Don't, but can.
Can.
Okay. All right.
People can bring liquor there as long as it stays on the other side of the bar.
Mhm.
Okay.
They can have it all day long.
BYOB, baby.
And what's really cool is because
No, BYOL.
Please
don't be
BYOB.
Yeah.
That would be frowned
That's
upon.
kind of-
It's like bringing sand to the beach.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. BYOL. Yeah. There we go.
In my opinion, right?
yeah. And we work with the bar across the street, Salty Peach.
Oh yeah, Ron's
Ron-
Yeah,
awesome.
I haven't been there. I heard it was
What is
cool.
that?
Awesome dude.
It just got there.
It used to be the old soap company across
Oh,
the street.
Stevie Ray's old bar.
Yes.
Yeah. Cat 5
Cat
was way back in the day.
Yeah, way back when.
Yeah, and I think John McCarthy had it at one point for
Yeah.
orangutans as well.
So
Okay.
we work with them too, to where we have food menus over there, so they can order food and we'll bring it over to them, and then we do liquor too. So if somebody wants a shot of something, we'll run across the street and get it for everybody and bring it over.
And the cool thing is that they'll do
Wow.
the same for food.
Hey.
Wow.
They don't have a kitchen yet. They
Yeah.
will, but they don't. So,
So they're coming to get
call
y'all's
in.
French
Yeah.
fries. And you,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Those French fries.
And
are
we're trying to do
murderous.
Yes.
yeah, we're trying to do the String Light district downtown.
Yes.
So
That was a Paletti thing.
Yeah.
Like let's turn
Food,
it into the
booze,
String Light
hiccups.
district.
yeah,
And that's what we're going to be. I'm
That's
excited.
awesome, man.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
Yep.
Who does
Got it.
y'all's
Got
design? Who designs all the? Are they
The
different
logo is
design?
amazing.
Yeah, logo's
Yeah.
cool.
yeah. So it worked out. We did it through Logo Guru. So it was one of those you throw it out there and you say, hey, look, this is what we want. We want a boat because we love the water. We want to have the hops on there. We want to have some grain, and you
No
put
sweat?
this. Yeah.
You finished this? Sometimes he doesn't.
They didn't come here to play games.
Yeah. This is like what it is all day long. So
What?
It's good. That's
yeah,
what keeps
between
it-
Corey and
Oh,
I.
That's what keeps
let me
it
tell you
fresh,
something.
yeah.
If you ever come in the brewery and we're not picking on each other,
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
leave the brewery. No,
Yeah.
just kidding.
So,
we have a good time. And I
Are
think
they
that that's
all
a
the
big deal.
cans? I'm guessing are they the same right
So
now?
for right now, yeah.
Right now, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
we're
got to
gonna-
keep them separate. How do you keep them separate? Somehow you just know where they're at.
Oh no, we'll write them on.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
So,
got the labels on it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. All right.
As
my
you
bad.
order it, you will write in there. By law, we have to put obviously the name. You want to know what you're drinking. We have to put the percentage of alcohol and the date. So you'll see on here
Okay.
the margarita. So we're drinking. This is the
Yeah,
Cajun
what are
Pickle
we doing
Sour.
now?
Cajun,
Cajun
Pickle.
All right.
And it's
Damn, it does smell like a pickle.
4.4%, and it was
Ooh,
canned
Your
today.
wife would
No,
love
I
this.
know. I know.
Your
I
wife
know,
would
I know.
drink all of it.
And what's
Let's
awesome
check
is,
this out.
yeah,
Are we
make-
waiting? Do we are going?
No, please, go ahead.
All right.
Holy crap! It tastes like a pickle.
Well, if you have the burgers, it tastes. We make our own pickles in house.
See,
Yeah.
but that's in the sour category to me.
It is.
Obviously,
It's
It's
sour
in the
beer.
sour.
and
It
it's
is.
really good.
Yeah.
That's the shit. I'm glad you started with the sours
Yeah.
because I think that I'd be able to be like, oh, this is pretty good. I really fucking like it.
Yeah.
But the sours, I'm all on board, dude. Yeah.
I
it's
mean,
fun.
and that's the cool thing, with the way he makes the beer. We know that it doesn't have to be the strongest thing out there. A lot of people put the strongest thing out there. We're not trying to turn your face inside out with the sour, and some people do. And some people love that, and that's great.
Yeah.
Maybe one day we will.
Yeah.
But it's easy for folks to drink. People love the sours. Right
It's
now.
almost like drinking
fantastic.
pickle juice.
Yes.
It is. So
Yeah.
we make our own pickles in house, like he was saying, and we use the brine from that, just like we use all of our syrups and our purees and stuff like that. So it goes directly in the glass or the can first, and then you put the beer over the top of it.
Yep. And that's how it started. We had one guy from Texas came in and said, "You guys ever do a pickle beer?" We thought,
What?
And me and Martin happened to be screwing behind the bar at that time.
"Yeah." We're like, "All
And,
right."
and
yeah.
Martin's like, "Hold on a minute," and he went back and he got some pickle juice and we put it in there. I was like, "Whoa!"
And that night, everybody at the bar had pickle beer.
Yeah.
We're like, "All right, that's
I
a thing."
blame picklebacks.
I was
Picklebacks.
I
have
was going to
become
ask
such a thing.
if you'd heard of it. Yeah.
Not that I'm upset, but yeah,
Yeah.
I blame picklebacks for that.
Picklebacks. For you who don't know, it's a shot of vodka and then you chase it with
Yeah.
a shot of pickle
A lot of
juice.
people, when I was coming up, it was
Yep.
Crown. Anything
Oh.
strong that you can't handle.
I never heard about it until the vodka.
I like
thing.
the good old pickle pops. from
Yeah.
the
So
Steak
I've never
Ring.
done
Remember
that.
them?
But I went to school up in the Delta at Delta State University.
Yeah.
And
You're an okra.
I'm an
Fighting
okra.
okra.
I'm a
Fighting
fighting
okra.
okra.
Nice.
And people were doing those pickles in Kool-Aid.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
never had
I didn't
that.
say I agreed with it, but
Yeah.
I saw it, and I haven't. I don't
No, we used to just eat the pickles and then get an ice tray, one of the old
Yeah.
ice trays,
Yeah.
and then fill it
Yeah.
up with pickle juice. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
nothing
suckers.
better for hydration. That's
It
for
is.
everybody.
Yeah, and in elementary school they would sell them.
Mhm.
Prime, like at the
Mhm.
cafeteria. I still make them
genius
sometimes.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
What is the amount of beers you have on tap at one time?
Ooh,
'Cause
it's
that
always
comes
fluctuating.
up, right?
We've got 30 taps,
Mhm.
and we keep some local guys, and we do a chandelier, we do fly llama.
Did you show the tanks?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
we
showed
already
you
did
things.
that?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
we'll always have a lazy mag on there. We try and stay as local as we can.
Right.
Sometimes things aren't available to us, you know what I mean, because they run out, and hey, that's great. If they're running out, it means they're selling.
Yeah.
But whenever we can't go extremely local, we'll find something else that's selling. I'll have Highlight on there a good bit out of Cigar
Tampa,
City
yep.
in Tampa, and we have the Ace ciders. We sell a bunch of Ace
Yeah, they're
ciders.
killing it.
Yeah, they're out of California, and we have their pear on tap, and then we have the guava, pineapple, and mango in cans.
Now, when y'all do that, do y'all swap? Like, do you say, all right, we'll carry one of your beers, you carry one of mine?
Oh no! Well, we
Yeah.
can't because we don't.
Oh,
distribute
that's
yet.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
You can't
yeah.
do that.
No, we're trying to have a little something for everybody out there. You know,
Yeah.
craft beer is still Mississippi's still learning. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And because we're not exposed to it like all these other states are. So having some things on there, you know, when a husband drags his wife kicking and screaming into a brewery that she doesn't drink beer, if I can entice her with the sour or the seltzers that we have, then a cider will usually do it.
Yeah.
And then like Martin was saying earlier, is we can go across the street and get them a liquor drink if they'd like.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But having that choice, having options is a big deal.
Have y'all jumped into the seltzer game?
We have, yeah.
We have.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
We started
Oh,
making them
shit.
right
Oh.
out of the gate.
My wife loves it.
Well, good thing Heather didn't come today.
Yeah.
Well, we make a seltzer, we make it at 10%.
Oh,
Ooh.
We're like, if you're going to do it, go
we don't
big.
play around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And,
that means she wouldn't have to drink 30 of them. She only have to drink 3.
Yeah, it's going to save you a lot of money.
yeah.
They're only $100 a can.
Yeah.
And
right. What's the flavor on those? What is y'all have a
it's a base, just like the sours.
Yeah, we add the real purees in there, so you can do passion fruit, guava, strawberry.
Oh, I get you. You name it,
So
man.
it's just a base seltzer,
Yeah.
and then you flavor it to whatever.
Just
You
like
got
the
it.
sours, yeah.
And then
Wow.
we even have a granita machine. So we have a 2-bay granita machine. We have one that's a sangria. So we add all the different flavors of all the fruits we have,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have a
A
killer.
straight margarita, and I'm going to say it's pretty good.
It's
Now,
awesome. Yeah,
Y'all can them as well to go.
Yeah, we
The
also have
seltzers?
adult Capri Sun bags
yeah,
for walking. Oh, yeah, buddy.
they are awesome.
Damn, that's
You
killer.
should have
Yeah.
brought some of them. I'd just like to see one of them.
Oh, I
We'll-
should have. I
We'll,
didn't think
we'll
about
bring some by.
Yeah, we'll drop some by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But-
awesome. I mean, it looks like a Capri Sun, and we put little lanyards around them so you
Mhm.
can hang them around your neck.
Oh, yeah, I've seen them.
yeah,
I've
you're
seen them.
hands off drinking.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
As if holding a
you might
beer.
need your hands for other things. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's tap into some more beers.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, I
Let's
mean,
do it. Yeah.
I'm sure y'all still follow the seasonal routes,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And it changes with the weather and the temperature
Save
and
that
all
for
that, right?
Yeah.
Jordan, you did miss the chug. Jordan Duran's in the comments below.
Jordan, I love Jordan, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan Matthew podcast. Go check them out if you haven't heard of those guys. You did miss the chug. We chugged it a minute ago, so it was great too.
Let's
by
go
the way.
light. Let's go light
All right.
lager.
Yeah.
Get that pop again.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Quiet on the set. There it is,
Oh,
dude.
perfect.
There it
Oh,
is.
look
Even a little
at that.
spillage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look
that's
at that.
money.
All right.
So East Beach.
East Beach Light Lager.
Now, do you name your brews locally, or what inspires
We'd
the
like
names?
to.
for
Yeah,
it?
we try.
Mhm.
Corey's really good at naming, you know.
I agree.
Yeah. He's just
I
eating
do
it up
agree.
because, I don't usually give him.
Correct.
No.
Correct.
So I'm usually so when Martin and I first met,
Yeah.
and Sandra, I was at Chandelier, like we were saying, and Martin would come in and we would pick with each other. All right, cheers, boys.
Yeah. Cheers. 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 All the way from
Yeah.
across the other
Yeah,
side.
there we
there.
go.
Clink. Yeah, and I'll go ahead and fill that out for Corey.
This is
So this is light.
this is all day beer.
Yep.
Yes.
You know, it's easy to drink. You can pound them, and it doesn't have that extra flavor that a lot of people that aren't into craft yet
Correct.
don't care for.
Correct. I can taste the hoppiness, but it's not
Very
like
little.
There's flavor to let
Yeah.
people know
it's not water
Yes, you
beer.
can.
It's-
Water, yeah.
Yep.
you can have flavor, and it doesn't have to be
Right.
what you don't like.
So is this one of the ones? Is this your? What'd you call it earlier?
Gateway
where-
beer.
This is
Yeah.
gateway
That's our
beer.
gateway beer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was about to say.
What's the percent on this one?
4.5.
Okay.
Mhm.
This is good.
Yeah,
I like
it's
this.
nice. Easy,
I wouldn't
light.
bullshit you either.
No, you don't have.
Yeah.
I don't have to lie to you. We're not married.
Now I was just
So, Corey, you can-
spit it out. When you said it.
Yeah. So Corey will be sleeping at the brewery tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. After the
Oh,
seafood.
Oh,
That's-
absolutely.
that's-
Hey, don't worry about it. We'll
That's
edit that
straight
out.
my
We'll-
dad
yeah.
quote. That's my dad all the way. My wife
Hey,
would be
it's a live show, but we'll edit that out. Don't worry about it.
So when we first met, Martin, I don't know. He just didn't really have a lot of comebacks. Like, and I'm usually pretty quick
I was
with
the
it.
typical engineer. I might as well put the tape.
I'd
around
be
my
like,
glass.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, this, and he'd
Pocket
be like,
protector.
yeah.
You walk
Yeah.
in.
no, not quite that bad.
Yeah. But close.
But something like this usually. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he would, and I'd say something, and he'd be like, "Shut up."
Yeah.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
I don't.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then he gets to hang around with me a lot, and
He's involved.
he's definitely involved.
Yeah.
Here's the funny
he'll,
thing.
He'll give me crap about it. And he'll be like, dude, you're just, what's going on with you lately? I'm like, you got to understand, nothing's going on with me. You learn from the best.
Right.
Yeah.
So now
Wow.
the student has become better than the teacher sometimes, not all the time.
Well,
But you went from none to a bunch. So, I mean, you know.
our core group of friends are the same way. If you didn't
Yeah.
know us and you hung out with us, you're like, do these dudes even like each
I
other?
hate each
Because it's
other.
you never say anything really nice to each other. It's just
Yeah.
all day, the whole entire time, just
Yeah.
bashing each
Yeah.
other. So
Yeah,
I can
we
relate.
I
have-
think I just poured the water to clean this into the beer that was still in there. Because I
That's
just
cool.
took a sip and I was like,
Wow. So it's
That
like
works.
2%.
Watered it down.
Yeah. That 4%'s really strong.
I'm digging that one though, guys. That one's
Yeah, that
really,
was
that's,
really
good.
that's a drinker, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And see, I think that's my problem with most beers is I drink a 6-pack and it feels like I'm the
Yep.
Michelin man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially when you eat, you know what I'm saying? You got to carry all that around because
Right.
a lot of beers are heavy like that.
True.
Especially like the Bud Heavies and
Yeah.
my father-in-law drinks the banquet beer. What is it?
Coors.
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 I wish I had
Yeah.
his voice.
Yeah.
The banquet beer.
Yeah, and
That's pretty
you
good.
drink one or two of those, and it's like a Miller High Life. He drinks a lot of Miller
Yeah.
High Life.
I,
Red
I was on,
Label.
I was
Champagne
on that
beers.
for I was on
Yeah.
that for a while.
Miller
Yeah.
High Life, the Red Label.
2004,
But by the time you
2003.
drink 3 or 4 of them, it's like, golly, I swallowed a swimming pool. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You can't move anymore.
That's true.
I'm going to be honest. If I'm going out and I know I'm going to have a few beers, I'll go something super light. I'll do a Miller Lite. I can't do, and I cannot drink like I used to. I'm not good at it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's called intelligence and experience.
That's
Yeah.
called, yeah.
You
It's
know?
called,
And
I don't
age, right.
like to feel, now I feel bad for 6 weeks after
Hey,
I get drunk.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Not
That's
into it
exactly
anymore.
Mm-mm.
No. But yeah, we have a good time, and that's what we like everybody to see when we come in. We pick on each other all the time, and like we'll pick on everybody that works there, and they're like, man, why do you pick on us so much? And it's like, it's when we stop. That's
Then
when
you
you
gotta
need to
worry
work.
about
Yeah.
it.
Jesse Williams says to tell Corey I said chug a beer for us.
Oh,
So
Nice.
I'm
Tell
just
Jesse
reading the comments.
give
That's all I
Jesse
do.
the address so he can send an Uber for me.
There you
Yeah.
go. Exactly.
Yeah, we gotta
right.
get home.
We
Exactly.
got a
right.
lot of beers left to try.
What
Yeah.
what is the feedback from the customers as far as do y'all have a top seller, the top beer?
Oh
Is
yeah,
it-
hoppy all
Yeah.
day, every day.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have some of that. In a
You
minute.
brought
I
that
know you're
with
not a
you,
big fan.
right?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't go anywhere without hoppy.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
really don't. Yeah, the new batch.
Got that
I
cryo
think-
trunk
yeah.
in the back. You're just always carrying it.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
awesome. Yeah, and that's kind of our beer that a lot of people. It's fun when they come in. They say we don't like IPAs. We let them
Well,
try
wait
that.
a minute, give this a shot.
Yeah.
and then I'm like, oh my god, okay, I can do that.
Yeah, because based on how you add the hops and the boil and all, if you add them early on, you get a lot of those alpha acids. It makes it real bitter. If you add
Yeah.
it at the very end, man, you get all the fruity floral aroma.
Yeah,
Zero
It's super
zero
juicy.
bitterness.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like drinking an orange juice
Yeah, a little
without.
kicked up a little bit.
See, I'll
Yeah.
do that. That bitter,
Kicked up
bitter,
orange.
bitter
No,
stuff.
no.
Yeah.
Let's.
Well, I think we
Well, I
should.
guess we'll segue
Yeah,
right into
let's,
this.
let's do it. This is amazing. I like
Yeah.
this. And we're definitely in for the brown water brew whenever y'all want to do it.
I think that we need to do like a brown
We need
water
to make it
brownie.
happen.
I think we need to do it and set up a little kegerator right here.
It will stay there
Which
the
is
entire
little
time.
plastered logo
With your
all over that
logo
stuff.
all
Let's do it.
over
Yeah.
it.
I'm down.
I think it's great. All right,
Sweet.
so this is hoppy.
Hoppy.
Hoppy
This is the man, right?
This
So
is
real.
The legend. This is Hulk Hogan in a can.
Yeah.
This might be. Oh, hey, how you doing? This might be Andre the Giant. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we just made our
He
10th
drank a lot of
batch
beer.
last week.
Yeah.
it doesn't
10
even
batch.
smell like an IPA. This is
Oh.
an IPA?
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe I canned the wrong. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there's
This is the wrong shit.
Oh, this is apple juice.
Wow, it smells delicious.
All right, cheers, boys.
All right,
Cheers
cheers.
from afar. There we
Cheers.
go, yeah.
Cheers.
Now that is the legend of Hoppy McCopface.
That's
And
good.
see, I can still deal with that.
yeah, 100%.
That's,
Yeah,
it's
not
still
bitter.
in my. I think we take 2 more steps into hops. I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, this is good.
Yeah.
and that's the point.
and
Yeah.
we have one of those. We have their evil brother.
His older, angrier brother,
Yeah.
Hoppiest McHopface.
Okay.
Yeah,
And that's the one that gets you on the back of your tongue.
That's
Oh.
the one that locks your jaw. We love it.
Yeah.
This has got a shit ton of flavor though.
And that's the point with him. And like you said,
It's
putting it in
flagrant.
late in the boil, and that's something. Another thing I learned from him. Putting in late in the boil really gives you that citrus, and everybody's like, "Oh, what fruit do you add?" I'm like, "None.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't add anything to that beer."
I always taste, and like you're saying, there's no fruit in it, but I always get like a grapefruit vibe.
Oh, yeah.
from me. That's
Yeah.
what I. That's
I
what
love
always,
grapefruit.
Yeah.
See, and I don't. That's
See,
think
I
that's why
don't mind
like
this
it.
kind of grapefruit. I'm not eating the grapefruit though.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I
I'm
love
good with-
grapefruit.
I love grapefruit.
Oh man,
You're not right.
Yeah.
My wife doesn't drink the grapefruit seltzers, and I drink all of them.
You're
Now I
So-
like the grapefruit flavoring, as long as it's not a real grapefruit. That bitterness, it's almost like a tonic water. I just can't do it.
I associate
Yeah.
it with potpourri, like the old school shit from the 90s and the 80s.
Oh,
No,
You
it's
sit on the
that-
back
my
of the
mom used to
toilet.
cook on the.
and that's
well,
all
my
I
mom
think
used to
about.
put it in a pot on the stove, and I'd be like, "Mom, what is it?" And like, don't eat that.
Yeah.
No. I don't do that.
So speaking of going with the changes of the weather and stuff, y'all got a big old to do coming up, right?
yeah,
October.
yeah. September 25th and 26th, we've got our Oktoberfest. We'll have our Oktoberfest Marzen. We're gonna have all kinds of.
We brought a Marzen, so we'll be trying
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah,
I figured we'd save that till.
So
Yeah.
explain why Oktoberfest is in September.
yeah. So it starts in September, ends in October. So
Mhm.
it ends in the last week of October, and I think it had to do with the Kings or somebody in Germany. They would party for 9 days to celebrate. They came up with a reason,
Yeah.
and then they just
That's pretty
partied
good.
for 9 days.
So- Celebrate the coming of
9-day.
October.
I'm down with a 9-day party.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know why you wouldn't be.
I used to be. No, down with
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
maybe a 9-hour party.
Yeah,
Well,
so it's
true.
it's an awesome
True.
like bready, malty, caramely beer with a super foamy head.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the 40-ounce steins that we're going to be busting out. You'll come and get a big pour. We're going to have a chugging contest. Who can chug a 40-ounce beer the fastest?
Oh my, that's
Are you going to be
So,
wearing
I
a
really
beer
like
maid outfit?
So I didn't last year, and I haven't really prepared for that this year. I haven't seen Leroy the tent maker lately, so I don't know if they make it in my size.
Yeah.
But we'll go from that.
Amazon has everything.
Yeah. We got another comment from my buddy Vince, man. What's up, Vince? In the comments, he said he was just about to ask this: can they bring their steins from last year? That's the question.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bring the steins
Yes.
from last year. Okay.
Please do.
That would be sweet if you could just do it and like put a little sticker on it.
Yeah, well, I'll
every
be-
year you have a different.
I'll be
sticker
signing
sign.
steins from last year because who doesn't want my autograph? But
Yeah.
we'll see.
So what? So
That was a straight Martin
Yeah.
quote, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was something he would have said. That's why I said it first.
so the steins are going to be for sale. You get them with a beer, or how does that
Yep.
work?
Yep. Yeah.
Mhm.
You'll be able to do a beer, and then just get them filled. We usually
Mhm.
do $10 fills for the steins. 40 ounces of sweet,
I
delicious.
think it's a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah.
40 ounces, and you just come in and get you a 40.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's awesome. We're going to have the Wiener Schnitzel. We've got the Reubens. We're going to have both of our chefs are putting together some awesome, they're going to make a brownie chocolate cake with our beer.
Uh-oh. Spilled a state secret.
Just kidding. I'm
Yeah.
just
I was like, whoa.
Wasn't
Wait,
I
should
supposed
I
to
know?
say anything?
We'll edit that out. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. Live show. They're going to
Yeah.
edit that out.
You'll edit
He's
that
so
out.
full of it.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
But no, I mean that sounds like a damn good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year
it
we
was
had
ridiculously
Lederhosen. We had guys show up, that do Oktoberfest, full leather Lederhosen.
They
Girls-
clogging in the middle.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We had the shot skis last year.
Every hour
There was one girl that was trying to do it with everybody else, and she was so short. She had to stand on the step of the
Oh,
picnic
to do
tables.
the-
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody else was just like
It's like a waterfall to
Yeah.
her.
Yeah,
She's taking a
just-
shower.
Yeah, exactly.
it was fantastic. We had a great time.
yeah,
And what's cool is that's just us, and a good time is what we want. We want everybody else to have that, but putting on something like that, just us and not using the city as a ploy to bring more people out, which I mean, obviously is not a bad thing, but it was so impressive with the amount of people that came last year. And like I said earlier, I can't wait
Yeah.
to see what we have this year.
What times to get kicked off?
noon. So
Noon?
Mayor Holloway is going to be there to do the ceremonial tapping of the keg. So he'll be there at
Sweet.
12:15
Oh,
to tap the keg. We invited his family out. We had his daughter. She
Yeah.
was actually one of our first bartender servers.
We were doing interviews all day, and I won't forget it. It was April 17th of 2020, and interview after interview after interview, and we had like 4 that didn't show up in a block because I had them like 15 minutes apart. And so we went outside and just kind of BSing outside, taking a break, and then Peyton and her dad walked by, and she's like, "What is this going to be, a brewery?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, we're Craft Advisory." And she's like, "Oh, I used to work at a brewery. Is it Flying Tiger? Yeah, Flying Tiger
Yeah,
over
exactly.
in Louisiana." And I was like, "Are you looking for a job?" She's like, actually, yeah, I'm a teacher, but summer's coming. I was like, oh, get in here. So we hired her right
Can
there.
you
She
start
brought it.
today?
Well,
Yeah.
then she won my heart when we're like, well, what's your favorite beer? And she said, I love Saisons. It's like, come in, please.
You're hired.
Like,
Right.
you know what?
You're-
Maybe,
you're
maybe this is a
home.
bad idea.
Yeah.
Welcome home.
Because it's Saisons are one of those beers you either love them or
Yeah.
you hate them, but there is no gray area.
Right.
You know,
I don't know if I've ever had one.
I don't think I have either.
it's a kind of funky beer.
Farmhouse ale.
Yeah,
baby.
farmhouse. You know, I think they even describe it as like horse blanket, wet, hay, or
Oh shit!
Ugh.
the way they used to make
Super
the way they
delicious.
used to make them is they'd let beer rot and then they would put like half fresh beer on top of it, but it's like a sour squared. I mean, it's kind of like a funky sour.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that isn't
I'll
my
try
wheelhouse.
it.
I don't know.
I'm probably not selling
Oh yeah,
it.
don't,
Very
Yeah.
no, you're doing pretty good. I'd say
The wet horse jacket and oats.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
leave that part out. But I think
That is a describer
one
of
thing.
beer
If
flavors.
we teach
yeah.
you anything today, and obviously you guys have been drinking a long time, but if we teach you anything today,
Obviously, I like that.
Oh, that's got a
Obviously.
little color to it.
oh yeah,
He
if
ain't
we
wrong.
teach you anything
Yeah.
today, it's try it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It may not sound like what you want, but that does not mean you're not going to love it.
Yeah.
I did
And that's kind of what you have the flights for and all the
Mhm.
testing. So you can go through and say, I don't like this, I don't like this. Just give me that. And then
Yes.
once you find the one you like, then you can just
Vince is also requesting a chugging contest. He said, "I didn't plan on dying. I didn't plan on dying this year, but I'll die this year."
It is on there.
I didn't plan on it, but I will.
Yeah.
if he dies,
We
dies.
will.
he dies.
He dies.
Always good for.
All right,
Rocky
boys. This
Quote.
is. I figured since we're talking about Oktoberfest, why don't we have a little bit?
There we go.
Cheers.
Cheers! Cheers!
Cheers.
From the heart. There we
Yeah.
go.
So this is super malty, super bready, like he was saying earlier, but it's just not over the top. You know?
No, it's not.
I
It's-
can still drink this.
I can.
Oh
deal with
yeah,
this.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Because when people see that color, they're like, ooh, I don't know, and I'm like, just
Yeah.
taste it. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I really like that. Same with the pickle. Like, what is the pickle? And I'm like, well, it's a sour, and we use our own pickle juice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think I would like that, but I'll try it.
Yeah.
And then you give them a taste, and I'm like, I'll have a pint.
What's the percent on this?
That is 5.9%.
Yeah.
So we've stepped up a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
camera's picking that up.
We're
good.
growing.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of
it's-
we kind of went low and grew and then came back down.
It's almost an
This
amber
hoppy was
color,
6,
right?
6.7.
Oh shit!
Is that
okay.
what it's based
Okay.
on? I guess.
Yeah,
An amber?
malt, yeah.
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 Yeah. It's caramel malts in there. So you get that kind of bready, caramely flavor.
Mhm.
I think that's the
I
thing.
think this is a hell of a beer. And you know what's funny is I don't give this enough credit. I don't drink this enough, and having it right now just reminds me how much I really like it.
Yeah. And the best thing, as a brewer that you hear is when people come and tell you, that they like your beer.
I try to get him to stop because his head,
The
we're
ego.
just the hats. We don't make them big enough.
So
and
you
right,
got to have a
right.
double door.
You'd have to probably deflate like the Goodyear blimp and just.
they're
kinda
like people will
count
be
it
like, "This beer is so good." I'm like, "Well, yeah, that's the guy who makes it, but please
Do
don't
not
talk
tell
to him."
him.
yeah,
don't
tell him it's okay.
And I tell him he's the world's most okayest brewer.
Yeah.
No, I'm on board with that one. That one's pretty good, man. I like that.
It's not bad at all.
And that's the thing. You hear it and you're like, I probably wouldn't like it. But
Yeah.
probably doesn't mean anything anymore.
Correct.
As we grow, I hated Brussels. I still don't like Brussels sprouts.
I
But
love,
I love
have you ever
Brussels
had them
sprouts.
sliced in a pan
Oh,
with olive oil and
good.
crispy?
Yes.
okay,
dude,
no, but I did
come
have some the
on.
other day,
with
and
bacon.
my
Yes.
kids were there, so I had to act like I liked them. It was tough. It was tough.
Oh, I love
No,
them.
they're like
Now I've had terrible Brussels sprouts, but
Yeah.
good Brussels
Yeah.
sprouts are good.
They're like
Well,
little baby
and I cooked them,
cabbages.
so I'm usually what
You
I
probably
cooked's not
messed it
too
up.
bad.
Yeah.
Oh no? Okay, I'm sorry.
Are you friends with my wife? What's going on?
I just got to take up
Yeah.
for her after the
Yeah.
shots
Yeah.
you've hit today.
So, you're tasting every one of these after you brew them, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So you got a pile.
He's
of work.
tasting it. Well, he's tasting it throughout the brew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like boiling crawfish. You got to taste it to make sure it's right all the way through the whole entire boil.
Well, you just always taste it to make sure nothing's wrong. Because,
There's so many factors.
there's so many factors. Exactly. I mean, you could have yeast, you could have some kind of sanitation. We're super careful about sanitation. But if something doesn't taste right, instead of trying to pawn it off, it goes down the drain.
And that's the big thing because I think a lot of home brewers, a lot of people don't realize, like it's got to be clean, super clean. Because if you put something in there and somebody drinks it and gets sick, that's
Oh,
on
yeah.
you.
You
Yeah.
got it.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. You never want somebody to come in and say, "Oh, these were all really good. This one really sucked." And I'm like, "What?" So
Yeah.
the way he does it, his notes that he takes are ridiculous. And that's why our beers consistently get better as they're brewed. Each batch tends to rise a little bit because he looks at what he's doing at that time and he looks at what he did last time and he's like, "You know what? I want to try this." And then, we talked about it when I was
Yeah.
on the way here. He's like, "I just tried the 10th batch of hoppy. And he's like, it's even better. And we say that every time.
You said if you taste something you don't like, you throw it all out.
Yep.
What's how much are you of any particular flavor? How much volume are you brewing at one time? And then also from start, the very first beginning of that process, how long does that take until it hits the customer's cup?
So we've got 2 brew houses. We've got one that can do about 42 gallons. It's a small one. It sits up kind of in the corner of the brew house. Pilot batches, yeah. And then we'll do up to about 140, 150 gallons.
That's the big one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
All
and so it takes about 8 hours to brew on a brew day,
Mhm.
from start to cleaning, having everything ready to turn over for the next day.
That thing's kind
It's
of
old.
worn out.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
It's older
open.
than I am.
It's
Yeah.
old. It's open. I got that when I was 15 years old.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's still
Wow.
with me.
Yeah.
It's open to many beers.
Yeah.
So
Now,
guys,
say that time one more time though, because I got distracted.
Oh,
by
sorry.
that. How much time from start to finish?
So
Time.
about 8 hours, and then once you pitch yeast, it's anywhere from we've turned beers around in 4 days.
Yeah.
Some are 10, 14 days.
So
Just
14 would be long
Long,
from
yeah.
start to finish, and
Yeah.
as short as 8.
short as 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead.
so boys, this. Okay, sorry.
This is
Oh yeah. Oh
this
shit.
One, so this
Now
one,
we're getting on board.
Yeah.
this
Now
one
I'm
has a
getting
cool
nervous.
story. So
Yeah,
let's
because
do
you
this
said
guy.
this is a barrel age, so this is
Mhm.
kind of
Oh,
like
it's the bourbon one? It's the bourbon
yeah.
one?
bourbon,
Oh
right?
shit. All right, tell them the story.
and this one's for you guys here. So
Yeah, that's for
Oh
y'all.
yes.
Sweet.
So you got number 90 of 100 right there. Sandra hand wrote those on.
Sweet.
or me.
But I think we're
Is
the
that
same.
you?
Yeah.
Not. And
Oh,
not
your handwriting is very feminine.
Can we have both bottles? Can we have both
They're
bottles?
yours.
Oh yeah, this
Sweet.
is for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us the story right
So
here.
it was a 4 Roses bourbon barrel.
Oh.
For
Yeah.
my boy Jonathan Maizano.
Yeah, he's been on the show too.
No, not this one. Not this one.
Oh, really?
Oh,
So this one
sorry,
was
Jonathan.
Just kidding.
No. The other
We take it
4
back.
barrels. The other 4 barrels we have are Jonathan's.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those are.
Oh yeah.
The Oktoberfest Marzen is sitting in a Maker's Mark bourbon barrel that'll come out on Oktoberfest, and that was from Mazzano.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've
Damn.
got some Yellowstone
But-
Damn,
barrels.
this smells good.
And what's crazy is talking to him and talking to you. It's kind of like this. Like, it's not. It's you're so crazy with it that it's everything that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's everything. Life. It's life for
Yeah,
you.
he's a cool
liquor
dude.
guy. You're a beer guy, and it's 100% diving in. No strings attached. I mean, no corners cut. Everything's good.
No, this got it.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, so this was a 4 Roses bourbon barrel.
Yes.
4 Roses then sent it to the distillery and kiln, credited.
Yes.
Couldn't it?
So credited. Yep.
Oh,
So then Matt, I got that from him. I got that barrel from him. They just dumped it, and then we got it, and we put our chocolate coffee stout in there for about 3.5 months, and it turned out.
it tastes
It's
like
pretty
coffee.
fantastic.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It tastes like coffee.
Here we go.
Cheers. Yeah, it's
Cheers from
pretty
afar.
fantastic.
Cheers
Yeah,
from afar. I'm way out here out of
Ching,
camera,
ching,
but
ching.
cheers from afar.
Nope.
What I like about it is a lot of bourbon barrel stouts tend to go kind of crazy in the sweetness and crazy straight alcohol. Now it's a little warmer, but in my opinion, it's better when it's a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
And also, I didn't want to waterlog the labels.
I can taste
I like it.
the backside
Mhm.
of the bourbon,
Mhm.
and it tastes like coffee.
I like the coffee.
Yeah.
Yes.
No coffee was harmed
None.
in the making of this
None.
beer.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
just
It's all
yeah.
malt. So
Mhm.
we use a really
So
Let's
you
back
don't
that
put
up.
any coffee
There's
in
no
there,
coffee.
Not a
in it.
drop.
How does
but it
explain-
tastes
all right.
exactly like
no chocolate either.
yeah, and that's what's
I
really
taste
awesome.
that too.
Yeah, no chocolate. So what's really cool is maltsters like Brees, Rar Malting. You know, the guys that make the malts that we buy, they do a lot of the work for us. If you want a malt that tastes like graham cracker coffee, they've got that profile. You know, so you know what those malts are going to give you flavor wise. So with this one, you know, we have lactose, we have oats, we have all kinds of stuff in there. You know,
I would have swore you put some kind of coffee bean in.
This
in
is
the
almost
product.
like a dessert beer.
Yeah.
Like
Right?
after you get done eating.
a breakfast out.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
I'm going to eat
It's
that.
roasted. The malt is roasted like coffee beans are.
Yeah.
And so you do get that byproduct of the flavor of the coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and it man,
Porters were my first love in craft beer. And
Now
then,
I will be honest. I don't know how many I could drink of these.
oh, you
would not want to drink many.
That is
But-
10.1%.
Yeah,
So it's-
shit.
It's
Are you
on the horse.
serious?
You get on a horse.
Oh,
it's pushing what we can do in Mississippi at 10.3.
We don't play around.
That's the legal limit.
There it
Yeah.
is.
Mhm.
And I'll tell you,
10.3.
what, like, you know, bourbons, if you drink one that's say 80 proof versus one that's like 125, 130, you can tell the alcohol
Yeah.
difference.
I don't really
Oh, yeah.
taste it in this.
In this, I don't taste any
I think
There's
that
no
that's
burn. There's no
'Cause
anything
I've-
different other than the flavor profile is
Yeah.
obviously way
I've
different.
had a 10% craft beer from
But
down the
what's
road.
the Andy Gator? That
And-
was the first big 8% that came out.
that's a
I
big one.
remember, and that one, I don't know. Maybe it was just because I was getting into hops at the first
and it,
for the
probably,
first time.
Yeah.
It was. It
I
kind
mean,
of.
that's a hell of a beer.
Yeah. Some of it just tastes like
I
liquor.
forget it, man.
It tastes
Yeah.
like alcohol.
Yeah.
That's not good at all.
Yeah, that one's smoothed out. I mean, that chocolate coffee stout is a great beer as it is.
Well, I was about to say that was a hell of a beer to begin with. So adding it in there, it took on some notes from that barrel.
It is good.
Yeah,
it
it's
is good.
fantastic.
I don't know if I could drink a whole bunch of them, but it is definitely
so
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, really. No shit. No shit. Jumping in the comments here. Do a Bella Mead bourbon. That's what Jordan said. I'm not sure what you're saying there, Jordan.
Is Bellamy a brand?
Not sure.
I don't
Not
know.
sure. I don't know. Clarify that for us in the comments, Jordan.
Jordan goes-
Is that
And-
Jordan D?
Jordan
Yeah,
gets crazy
yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, I
I've got to
love that
reel him
dude.
back
And
in.
then,
That guy's
uh,
got good beard.
We got Jesse Williams in the comments saying to plug the Casey Seal tournament.
Oh yeah, that's this weekend.
So-
we'll plug that at the
Yeah.
end. for
okay,
sure.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
And
Actually,
we'll
we're gonna try to get him on Wednesday.
Oh,
That's
is
what he
that
said.
Jesse Williams? That's Sherry's husband. Yeah. Okay, I know who that is.
I used to work with Casey. I actually,
Oh, yeah.
I hired him when I was out there in Burlington.
oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if y'all know that, we'll do it afterwards.
Yeah,
We'll get it at the end.
yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
What's
I'm-
up, Jesse? I just realized who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell Sherry I said hi.
We're trying to get him on Wednesday. So
He
Wednesday's
said
still good.
hope to be on with y'all Wednesday.
Yeah.
Right
We're
on.
good.
So,
We're
yeah.
good. We're good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But what do we got coming down the pipe? Did we hit? Did
That
we
was
round
it,
all the
man.
bases? Yeah.
What do you
I mean,
want from me?
no, I don't want
That
to.
was-
Well, the thing is,
we
we
don't
got
want to
extra
leave
for
anything
you.
out.
No, we got extra for y'all.
Oh, that's
Okay.
awesome.
We kind of went through a little bit of everything. We went through the Hoppy McCop face. We went through the Margarita and the Cajun Pickle Sour. We went through the East Beach Light Lager, the Oktoberfest, and now the Bourbon Barrels.
And this
Got
is just a small drop of what y'all have.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just wanted to kind of hit all over the board with you.
Yes.
yeah.
yes.
Obviously, we wanted to go a sweet sour and then a savory sour. Then we went the Hoppy, which is, we can't go anywhere without Hoppy. Hoppy is our man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then East Beach to let everybody know that we do have things that aren't over the top.
Right.
And then Oktoberfest got to be. It's Oktoberfest time.
Well, I think that was a good spread. Whoever picked
No
it out.
doubt. No doubt.
Good stuff.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
I thought you had that one.
Yeah,
I thought you had that one.
I was wondering if you were going with it. We talked before. and
Yeah, he was like,
yeah.
"What?" I was like, "What do you want to bring?" And he said, "We should bring this." And he kind of hit it all over the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good plethora of
Yes, for
beers.
sure.
Yeah.
Me personally, that damn margarita beer.
I think margarita's
That's
my
just
that's
favorite
only
too.
because that's my thing, right?
Yeah.
I got a little bit left here.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it literally like I'm sitting neck deep on a floaty at Horn Island
Mm-hmm.
at 11:30, and
Here,
it's a beautiful sunny day.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it feels like.
It
drinking
really
that
does.
beer.
That goes with the outdoors and
And what
whether
that
you're-
is it is a lime juice simple syrup mixture of a margarita mix, basically.
Yeah.
But not anyone else's. We do it in house.
Yeah.
And simplicity is the way to go with that.
Yeah.
The other margarita mixes are just, I mean, there's nothing wrong with them, but they
Too
seem
sweet,
to be
too
a little
sour,
too tart.
yeah.
A little
Yeah.
bit, and I don't want to put something tart into an already tart beer. We could, but I think that the reason people love his sour, I say ours, but his sours,
It's ours.
and it is ours, but I mean, the stuff that he's putting out is because it's not over the top. You remember Inside Out Boy when we were kids on Nickelodeon, the kid that went over the on the
he
swing?
turned inside out.
He turned
Yeah,
inside out. We're not trying to be Inside Out Boy. We don't
I
want
haven't
you.
heard that in a long time.
I just
Yeah.
watched.
Yeah.
I watched the Nickelodeon documentary on Hulu. I don't know if y'all have seen it. But
I
you should
know.
watch it. It's amazing. It's
I
amazing.
just watched the
Salute your shorts.
movies that
They
made
talk
us.
about
Yeah.
who they
Salute
talk.
your
They talk
shorts.
about how that all came about and why they did Ren and Stimpy and,
Ren and Stimpy
Doug
was-
and
should not have been a children's
No.
show.
and they talk
Right?
about that, dude. They talk about that.
There was
Doug,
some
Ren and
stuff that
Stimpy,
makes
and,
sense now that
Rugrats,
didn't.
Rugrats.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the jokes now, and you're like,
My
what?
son was watching it the other day, and I saw it, and I was like, I just kind of heard it out of the corner of my ear, and he's like, he said something. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
What did
When
you
you're
get?
that when you're that
Yeah.
young, you don't get it.
Yes.
You don't
Yeah.
know.
And
so,
he doesn't, but I did.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
So tell us the hours. You're obviously not open tonight because you're hanging out with us, right?
No, they got
You
staff.
guys are a big deal, so we kind of shut
Yeah.
down.
shut the whole process down. Yeah.
Mondays are kind of a ghost town down in government.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
it really
And we need
is.
a break from each other. Really.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
do you think that's going to change though with football season coming up? Do y'all do Monday Night Football stuff?
I
Obviously not. 'cause you
would
close on
say
Monday.
Probably not.
I would say that it would be. I would like to look at it, but the experiences that I've had in other bars, not really.
It doesn't really make
Yeah,
a difference.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough to bring in a staff and then say, let's shoot for it. And then we don't too much, and then they're like, "Oh, I made $6."
Correct.
And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What do y'all usually run? I mean, you got a kitchen, you got
Mhm.
bartenders, servers. What do y'all usually run?
Staff wise.
During the
Staff-wise,
week, we'll do a bartender, which is usually me. We'll do one server and then one cook.
Yep.
Mandy, our other full-time bartender, she'll come in and do Thursdays because I run trivia on Thursdays.
Yeah, it's a
And
blast.
so, yeah, we have a good time.
and that's at your shop.
yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Crowd Pair. Gotta love Crowd Pair. We use them and they're fantastic.
Yeah. So you just scan the QR code.
Is that the
and
thing you do on your phone?
Yeah,
Exactly.
But I still walk around and I read out all the questions. We talk crap about the answers. Try to. No more Greek mythology. Okay. I learned that.
Yeah.
Like I'll be reading questions and then something will come up and be like, is it A,
That guy.
Steve? Is it A, Blue? Or is it that? Or is it this? You're like, I'm not even going to attempt to read that.
The
Right.
Battle of Thermopylae.
Yeah. Right.
That's close.
Exactly.
That's close. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Not bad.
That's the only thing I learned in high school.
Yeah. Was that? I believe it.
So what do y'all get prizes away and stuff like that?
So we just do right now. It's free to enter. You just come and have fun, and it's $20 off your tab if you win first place. It's $10 off your
Sweet.
tab. If you get second and third place, you get a good thumbs up.
yeah,
yeah.
way to be there.
Good job.
Way
And
to show.
Y'all got a bunch of merch too, right? I see you rocking it.
Yeah. Yeah. We've
We
got,
do. We've t-shirts, hats, koozies, stickers. Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
the whole shebang because I brought one of these in. I think it was to you, and you were like, "We can't leave without trading it."
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
buddy.
Yeah.
So
I'm all about trading merch.
That's what I'm
Oh,
talking about.
and the glasses. We do
Yeah.
sell our
Oh,
glasses.
yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Our pint glasses, our 16-ounce snifters, and then our sample glasses, the 5-ounce snifters.
Yeah.
And then
Belgians.
for the beer fest, you'll have the Steins.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. And they look good this
the
year.
golden boots. You got any of those big boots?
No golden boots yet.
We do need to get a
No
boot.
Das boot.
Let's
Yeah.
get a DOS boot for Oktoberfest.
I think we should do it.
Yeah.
And
'cause
I've learned
let
from
us-
the movie.
there
Let
is a
us
trick.
sponsor it. Well, it'll be the brown water boot.
Let's
I
do
love
it.
that. Brown
Let's
water
do
boot.
it.
We're in. We're in.
Hell yeah.
I was waiting for y'all to stop talking. I was going to say, like, look, that party in October.
Are you saying we talk too much?
No, I'm just saying that I think
that was the
ahead.
point.
I think ahead, and we got to be a part of at least one night of that. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
We'll
do
come
it.
Let
down,
us show up.
We'll set up shop somehow. We'll
that'd be huge.
we'll multicam it. We'll do the whole nine, man. It'll be a good
Yeah.
time.
We can set you up in the patio up there.
Oh, 100%.
Yes,
Yeah.
y'all got a hardwired internet. That's all I need. I need
Yep.
hardwired internet.
You got it.
We'll make it work.
All right,
Sweet.
I love it. I can't wait. It's
Awesome.
gonna be a great time, gentlemen. Y'all are doing great things down in Government Street in Ocean Springs. I love what you're doing. I love Joey and I. I mean, we created this podcast to promote the
To do
Gulf
this.
Coast.
Yeah.
Actually, to drink and get paid for
to
it.
get drink, to get
To
drunk.
get
get
drink
drink,
and
yeah.
pay for it. We haven't got the paid for it part yet, but we're working on it pretty hard. But
It's a
no,
process.
it's great, and I love to hear that y'all are building a craft community. You know that all the different people are helping each other out between
Yeah.
Chandelier, you guys,
And
Fire Mom,
hopefully,
the whole
hopefully
nine.
that keeps going because it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Maybe one day we'll be competition, but we're light years.
I
away
just
from
think the pie is too big. You know,
Yeah.
there's no need
Yeah.
to fight over pieces of the pie when it's too
that. Once
big.
we
And like
hit
you said,
more than 5 breweries in the entire state, maybe we'll look
Yeah,
at it.
because
But-
everybody's got a
Right.
different recipe for the same thing.
That's
So
100%. Yeah.
you can like one beer and then go
Mhm.
go like the next one.
I mean, the first guy I met was Zach over at Key City Brewing.
Oh, that
over
dude's the
in
best.
Vicksburg, and it blew my mind. It was he's through the Mississippi Brewers Guild, and he was like, "Look, I'll give you my designs, I'll give you my recipes." And I thought, whatever. This guy's, man, on my way home, phone blowing up.
Yeah.
Here he is sending that stuff.
yeah,
He still texts me today. Hey man, do you need anything? How's everything going? And it blew my mind that another business in the same industry
Would help you out.
would
Oh,
help
yeah.
you.
but I think it's the community aspect of it because okay, so say you send a customer to Chandelier,
Yep.
right? As long as everybody's playing fair, they're going to send customers to you.
And we've heard
once everybody's talking about craft beer on the coast or
Yeah.
wherever you're talking about,
we all win together.
you all win.
Yes.
There you
Yeah.
go. You nailed it.
And I got this quote from him:
Rising tide.
"Raises all ships."
There you
Yeah.
go.
You
That's
know?
exactly
and
right.
That's what
I wish I was
every-
clever enough to summate things into some
Yeah.
shit like that.
That's
Yeah.
why we let Jordan get in the
read it in
comments on our
magazine.
podcast.
yeah.
That's why we let Jordan on our podcast
Yeah.
I mean,
sometimes.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
that's the thing.
Craft
We
beer
all
in
win.
Mississippi. Craft beer in Mississippi. We're 51st in the nation. Puerto Rico beats
He
us.
said that
for-
correctly. 51st.
Say-
Wow.
Puerto Rico.
What's the metric? What's the metric we're measuring here?
Beer per or craft beer per capita.
So Alabama
Made in
beat
your
us.
everybody.
Puerto Rico,
Puerto
Joey. They're
Rico.
not a
Look.
state. They beat us.
Yeah, they got.
All right,
wiped-
So
they got-
Alabama
they got
beat
wiped-
us.
They got,
Wait, I'm still asking though. Did Alabama? beat us?
Yeah.
Yes, Alabama
Yeah.
beat us. Yes.
Yeah.
It was that
God
with the
bless.
laws though. Did that have to do
The
with
laws
the laws?
had something
Yeah.
to do with that,
Okay.
and with us being kind of last in line when it comes to making, I wouldn't say progressive, but changes to
Yeah.
anything really.
It takes
No,
forever to trickle
you're right.
down.
You're right. We've had the medical marijuana discussion on here multiple
Yeah,
times.
Shay.
Mississippi,
Shay was
yeah,
huge.
Yeah,
on-
yeah.
And we went in there and we
Old Shea Dobson.
we brought
Yeah.
beers in to drink with Shay. And I mean, Ocean Springs was awesome. When we went in there and Corey and I went to go get our conditional use permit, you know, they were so helpful to bring us in. The one question we got asked was, Mr. Conrad, yes, are you going to have stouts there? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay,
And that was
sign
it.
the paper.
Colony.
That was it.
Shay's very pro business, very pro
Shay's awesome.
free market, and that's the truth.
And he's
you know,
a
like
big
love
fan
the
of Dumb and Dumber, which is my favorite movie.
There you
And,
go.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Mayor Holloway, I'm hoping is going to be the same way. And that's is a call. If he would love to come on the show, we'd love to have him. So,
Yeah. Great guy.
but no, seriously, gentlemen, thank you for taking the time out of your off
Yeah.
day,
So,
right? To
yeah,
come
Hey,
over
it's
here.
good.
We did what, Tuesday through Sunday? What time?
Okay, Tuesday through
Thursday.
Thursday is 2 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay.
Trivia starts at 7 on Thursdays. And then Friday, Saturday, we do 11 a.m. to midnight. And then Sunday, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m.
And where's the best place to find y'all?
On the socials.
Yeah.
Where are you most active?
Facebook.
Facebook's probably the most active.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm too old to understand Instagram yet.
Yeah.
I try, but it's like
I-
like
Facebook
Greek.
Craft Advisor Brewing.
Craft Advisory Brewing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mhm.
That's
All right.
it.
Well, dude, if you haven't
We
heard
had
of
a
them
blast.
before, we had a great time.
This
All
was
these
great.
beers were great. We
Yeah.
loved it. Dude.
Yeah.
We could do this for hours. Like we just keep
Yeah.
going. Just
Right?
don't even worry about
Saturday we're going to do it, or next Saturday.
Hey,
Next Saturday.
yeah,
Let's do it, guys.
I think we got to put that in stone. That's fantastic.
Let's
Yeah.
do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll set it up and come out there and do it. We'll just logistically line it up and go hang out and
Until
then
our wives get
I'm
too drunk and
pretty
we got to
sure-
send them home in an Uber.
I'm pretty sure we might have some beers set aside for you.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
and
go.
some
Yeah.
I love
seltzers
it.
for the wife.
Oh, the
Yeah,
wife's
yeah.
going to love the seltzers
Yeah.
and the frozen ones.
We will be there then.
Yeah.
I can tell you. So, go check them out if you haven't already. Craft Advisory out of Ocean Springs, man. They're doing great things. All these beers today were
Yes.
super good. We appreciate the hospitality coming in here and bringing us.
Thank
Let us
you,
try
guys.
everything
Yes.
out. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. Joey mentioned, the Sheepshead Showdown, October the 2nd. He's got the shirt on right there.
Second annual.
We're going to be giving away $1,500 for the first place Sheepshead prize with $750 second place and $400.
500.
God damn, I get it wrong every time. Sorry.
Yeah, somebody's gonna be asking
Sorry for the
money.
GD too. I
Yeah.
slipped out. I've been drinking. What am I doing?
Golly.
Logistics.
Yeah, exactly.
Semantics.
A lot of money given away. We got a WWE style
Got some
first place
belts.
belt for the first place Sheepshead. We got a WWE style belt for the first place kids division. 12 and under
the
are free.
dive.
Require no entry whatsoever. Just show up and take
Yeah.
home the
As long as
prize.
it's not Aaron Rodgers discount double check. 'Cause
No,
No,
it didn't
he
take
got
effect
blasted.
yesterday.
Yeah.
That's a whole
Hey.
other. That's a whole different podcast.
Thanks,
That's
James.
the Benchwarmer
Thanks,
podcast.
buddy.
And we have a dive division as well. So October the 2nd, go to brownwaterbanter.com and you can check that
Sick.
out. Buy your tickets if you want to. And then also Wednesday, we're going to be talking about the Casey Seal tournament. We
Yes.
mentioned that. That's going to
You
be
you said you mentioned that you
Yeah.
hired Casey.
Yeah. When I was out there at the chemical plant in Burlington.
Yeah.
If you don't know him, he's a lineman that tragically lost his life about a month ago.
About that, yeah.
Yeah. So
And-
we're gonna have Jesse on to do the fishing tournament. They're gonna be at Marina Cantina, and hopefully we'll have that Wednesday.
It's a
So
benefit
gonna
for
be
him,
a
correct?
benefit,
Mhm.
There we
yes.
go. So
for his wife and kids.
That's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yes.
the show will be Wednesday.
show will
The
be
tournament-
Wednesday.
I'm not sure.
We were supposed to DJ it. We were supposed to host it and do all that stuff, but we're going to be in Houston going to rock shows.
How dare you.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I'm
So,
sorry.
but listen, thanks everybody for taking out the time to your day to watch us here on the live stream, and thanks for all the people on the replay, and also all you people in podcast land. We really appreciate it as well. We will see you guys on the next one.
Later.
Later.
Cheers.
Bye bye.